No rings for the things, I go missing now. Promises and wishes. Why would I ever start celebrating? Why would I ever start celebrating? I'm naming all the hearts I've been breaking. I'm naming all the hearts I've been breaking.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Raiders going up against the Texans.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Looking to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 7 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Watson. A swing pass caught, and he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Texans coming up on 1st and goal. Remember, last year they struggled to rush the ball in the end zone. Only 8 touchdowns on the ground, second fewest in the league. They'll run with Foreman, and he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Throwing, Cook. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio, let's go! To
throw on 2nd is Watson. Being chased out left. Shedding through the defense. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got the completion to Strong. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Throwing again is Watson. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down. 5 yards to go. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Eddie Vanderdoes with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. They go play action here on first down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll field this at the 5. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Let's go. Boom. All right, now look at business. Watch it now, Barney.
Looking to throw on second down. Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Cook. And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. So out come the Raiders. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And complete right side to Cook. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Let's go. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here's Cook to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw is Cook on 3rd down. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Marquette King now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Houston. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They've got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. On first down, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And got his man. It's caught Touchdown, Houston. Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, typically down to the first half. I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Well, I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Cook operating from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So they're operating in the red zone. Back to throw. Cook. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Shift together here from the D-line. Looking to throw. Cook. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's third down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. There's some space here. And he is knocked down from the side. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Raider first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down, Lynch, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Back to throw. Cook. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Kid had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it again with Miller. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Touchdown, Houston. Terrell Pryor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
First down, the run with Lynch. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Cook now throwing after the interception. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Here we go. Here we go. 3-19.
Now Cook looking to throw on second down. They dump it off to Lynch. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, that's Lynch. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Here's Cook. From the gun, he'll throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Right. Hurry up, here we go.
To throw is Cook. Operating from the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Cook throwing again. And this one is incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
From the gun, Cook. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
All right, here we go.
Cook now to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And now out comes Houston. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations,
the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Raiders have recovered.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Lynch. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Here we go now.
Now Cook looking to throw on second down. Looking right sideline. That's complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run again on first down, Lynch. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. To throw on second down. Cook. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off with great anticipation. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline.
That's caught at the 25. A big-time play there for the Texans. 56 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Black round! Black round! Here we go! Black round! Black round!
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And now here come the Raiders. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Looking to throw. Cook. And Cook has it. Left side. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Pryor has it complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Throwing now, Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eddie Vander Does in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down.
Let's go.
Watson off play action. Forced out to his left. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Let's go.
Now Watson on third and goal. Now he'll escape to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And they won't run a play here, no victory formation. They will indeed try to get 3 more. And the kick is good.